Welcome everyone to another edition of Marketing the Invisible. I'm Tom Poland, beaming out to you from Little Castaways Beach here in Queensland, Australia. Joined today by David Dugan. David, g'day sir. Welcome. Where are
G'day,
you?
Tom.
Where are you hanging out? Where are you calling in from?
I'm in Brisbane, so just down the road from your place.
Bris Vegas, as we call it here. Voted
Well,
on more than one occasion the world's most livable city, by the way, folks. So nice spot, nice part of the world to be in. For those of you who don't know David, he's actually Dr. David Dugan. He's a highly sought after business coach. He's got a global business. He's a mentor and co-author of Bulletproof Business. And he's personally guided over 2,000 business owners and entrepreneurs to creating a better lifestyle and a better business. So brings us nicely, David, to the title of this interview, which is how to generate more clients, more profit, and drumroll, more joy in your business. And personally, I just love the fact that we've got someone out there like David who's injecting joy into business, because so many people feel like their business is a grind, and it doesn't have to be that way. So in 7 minutes, David is going to share with us how to transform your business into one that gets more clients, more profit, and more joy. David, our time starts now, sir. Question number one, 7 minutes. Who's your ideal client?
our ideal client are entrepreneurs or business owners who have a well-established business. They've got a proven concept. So they're already good at what they do. That's the first part. The second part is they have a very high commitment to growth in themselves, and especially growth in their business, Tom.
Beautiful. And why wouldn't you want to grow both yourself and your business? Question number two,
Indeed.
6.5 minutes left. What's the problem you solve?
Well, the biggest challenge that we see that for the well-established business is the question they ask themselves is, how do I scale my business? And not only scale it, because no one's going to grow or scale their business into pain. And that's the biggest thing when people hit this plateau. So the problem we solve is we help people to scale their business, but create a true asset that can work without them, and without having to jump on the flavor of the month marketing thing or being overstressed or running out of cash, but how to do it sustainably and profitably.
And joyfully, by the sound of it.
And joyfully, exactly.
So 6 minutes left. So question number three, what I'm after here are the typical symptoms that your ideal clients experience before they start working with you. What's going on in their life with the business that might give listeners here a bit of a heads up that they should find out more about what you do?
Well, Tom, I'd like to start with a little bit of a story, because in the business world, and you do an amazing job at helping tell a different story, but you've heard it in even over the last 12 months, there are business owners who have really struggled over the last year with the uncertainty of business, how to get leads, is why what you do, how to lead their team, and how to get more cash flow. Then there are other people that, because of the industry they're in, they've really cranked it. They've done really, really well. What ends up happening though, they get to a place and go, oh my hell, what am I doing here? I've got a bit of imposter syndrome. And then they start struggling leading their team. They start to feel overwhelmed with all the things that they need to do. Well, I think it's time to tell a different story, a story of hope, a story of confidence, and a story of true sustainable success, and what we talked about, which is business owner joy. So, for example, one of our members runs a construction type in the construction space, was a bit over a seven-figure business, been in business for quite a few years, and he came to us stressed around he reached the plateau of his individual brilliance. And it was about 2.5 years that we've helped to shape that business so it doesn't need to have him work in it. He's created a true asset that gives him money, gives him time, and gives him the place to make a bigger impact on the planet. And those three things together is what we call joy. And right now, as we're speaking, he's in negotiations. And again, this was just a relatively small seven-figure business. He's going to sell that business for over $13.4 million.
Whew.
What's extra cool around that is, in the process of doing that, we unpacked his intellectual property. Like, what was he the genius in? Pull that out as a second business. And in about 3 months' time, that business is going to sell for over $40 million. He's only 35. So that gives you a bit of an idea, is once you be intentional around the business and go in there and go, what do I want to have out of it around those three categories, money, time, and impact, and you join those together, that's how you can create true joy. And for him now, he never needs to work again. He's got what we call intergenerational wealth.
Great story. Tell us, question number four, we've got 3.5 minutes left. Some of the common mistakes. So folks like this, obviously, sounds like he was struggling a bit successful business, but still feeling stressed, etc. What would you say are some of the common mistakes that folks like that have made before they find your solution?
Yeah. Three things that really stand out for me. Number one is they don't know how to read the scoreboard of business. There are 5 financial dials that everyone needs to know what they are, and then they need to know how to read them. That's the first thing. If you can't read the scoreboard, this is a Warren Buffett quote, if you can't read the scoreboard, then how do you know if you're winning or losing? And so that's a very big one, and also helps you to shape up your product offering. So that's a big one. The second thing is that people need to go to principles around their lead generation. This is what you help out, Tom, with what you do. What we see is people are jumping from one bright, shiny object to the next one. Right. And they have flavor of the month marketing rather than things that are more sustainable. That's the second one. And then the third one is most of the people we work with have either got a tertiary qualification or they've gone through many years of the University of Hard Knocks. They're highly skilled at what they do. But they think that their own individual brilliance is going to help them because it got them to be successful, but they think that, well, I should know how to do it. And I need to do a little bit more to get to the next one. So those are the 3 things around their scoreboard, their how to do effective, consistent lead generation. And number 1, thinking that their own individual brilliance will be the thing that will get them to the next level. So
true. Thank you for that. 2 minutes left. Question number 5. What's one valuable free action, like a top tip? Not going to solve the whole problem, but might get people headed in the right direction.
Yeah, totally. Well, I think the first thing is what we've talked about right now, Tom, is be intentional. Be intentional around your business. And there is, even though that initially I could seem a little bit warm and fluffy, there's a real specific structure. And I did 18 years in the military, served in the Middle East, was in the tsunami when it hit. So we have a structure that we have, which is understanding how do you map the financial goals into the time goals and into the impact goals. And all 3 of them need to be matched. So that you start off, that whole Stephen Covey, begin with the end in mind. Really begin with the end in mind so that you can have the business, you tell the business what you want out of it.
And that's what you mean by being intentional, being clear what you want the business to look like, what's going to come out of it, what you're going to put into it, get very conscious, very clear. Thank you for that. We've got 1 minute left, 2 questions to go. One valuable free resource. Where can we direct people to so they can find out more about this? I believe
just on that,
you have a Joy playbook.
We do. We have a Joy Builder roadmap playbook. So what we're going to do on our website, www.abundance.global, if you jump onto the website there is an explore and learn. There'll be a heap of videos, but specifically there's one that has the Joy Builder roadmap. It's a PDF. It's very structured. It's going to take you from 3, 2, and 1 years. It's going to connect everything from your team right through to your promotions. Everything you need to do.
So abundance.global, look for the Explore and Learn tab and then have a look for the Joy
Builder Roadmap.
Bob, thank you, sir. So we've got 12 seconds left. What's the one question I should have asked you but didn't?
How do you choose the best coach, someone to support you? And that is make sure they've got results and they can help you in what you're doing. Perfect. Results-based.
Look for evidence. David, thanks so much for your time. Thanks for checking out our Marketing the Invisible podcast. If you like what we're doing here, please head over to iTunes to subscribe, rate us, and leave us a review. It's very much appreciated. And if you want to generate 5 fresh leads in just 5 hours, then check out www.5hourchallenge.com.